What have you done really well today? What have you done well? Think about it for a second. How many things can you come up with? 5? 10? Usually, when we do this challenge for the first time, we'll put a minute on the clock and say, go. The average amount of things that people can come up with is 1. And they look at me like it's a brain teaser. But then when we flip it and say, all right, what can you write down that you are working on or not there yet on or did poorly? And people take off writing like they never wrote before. And so what we find very clearly is most people are their worst critics. They are the hardest on themselves, to the point where some people will not even say anything that they did well because they view it as, I don't know, arrogance. And what we are finding is that this is directly linked to a lack of confidence and self-belief and self-worth, because our brain is tricky. You see, our brain pays way more attention on default to the things that are going wrong in our world and that we're doing, instead of the things that we have done really, really well, even if they are as simple as, I woke up on the first alarm, or even the second alarm, and that's good for me. Or I remembered to say hello to my friend today, and I noticed that he or she was having a tough day. Or I didn't get all upset when that person cut me off on the way to school today. They can be the smallest of things, but you are doing things well. And what we know is that your brain can be rewired. It can be rewired to focus more on what is going well, because what you ruminate on, what you think the most about, is where our focus goes. And so if we let all of this negative, all of this self beating yourself up run your focus, we get more of it. And so we just need to be intentional that while you might have some things you're working on, there are definitely some victories, some wins that you have each and every day. And we want to be able to be aware of them and remember them so you can act out of conviction, out of feeling at least a little better about yourself, versus like always being perpetually not enough. And so the challenge here is literally just going to be to list out, what are some things that have been wins for you? What are some things that went well for you in the past week? Knowing that every time you do it, you are rewiring your brain to find those diamonds in the rough, to find those things that you are doing well so that you can progress more. Thanks for trying it out. And this might be hard, fair warning. That just means we got to work on it all the more.